Alright, this is John Cola with DiscountJuicers.com, and today, sorry we don't have a juicer, we have the Lequip FilterPro Dehydrator. So this is actually a really cool dehydrator. I love the electronics on it. So let me show you what this is about. This comes with a total of 6 trays. So here we are actually dehydrating heirloom cherry tomatoes today, actually from my garden, my organic garden outside. And we're just cutting them, the cherry tomatoes, in half. Unless they're really big, then we got to cut them in thirds. And we're just going to put them in the dehydrator. And then probably tomorrow what we'll have is like this. So this is a batch we did already. And we like to store them in mason jars, so sealed tightly so there's no air. And what we do with these is mainly in the winter time when the tomatoes aren't in season and they're actually really expensive in the store and they don't taste that good. I'll take a couple like hothouse grown tomatoes and put it in the blender with some of these tomatoes and blend it up, and that'll give me a nice, good, real tomato flavor, because we know those tomatoes in the winter time, I don't know, almost taste like cardboard or something. They have really no flavor, they're pink, you could drop them, they'll almost bounce. So yeah, if you mix them with some of your good heirloom tomatoes, it's gonna bring that flavor right up, and it's gonna taste really good. So this dehydrator comes with a number of trays. So you can see some of the trays here. We're currently working on filling them up. But the thing I did want to point out is that you get 4 trays, and 4 trays of the regular size, and they're this width here. And actually then you get 2 deep trays. So this is a thin tray, and you can see the thicker tray. So this tray is good for, if you want to dehydrate something that's going to be a little bit taller. Now the thing to remember is that you don't want to necessarily cut things too thick, because if you cut things too thick, it may not dehydrate on the inside. It may mold first. So, the tall tray is for special things. If you're living in raw foods, maybe some kind of nut or seed, pate or cracker or cookie, that's when you would use the taller tray. Or something like watermelon, actually. Watermelon would be really good for the tall tray. You could put really thick watermelon slices in there, and then they would dehydrate down into, practically really thin. So let me show you next one of the unique features about this dehydrator. The unique feature is this. You have a countdown timer, so you could count it down from 1 hour all the way up to 24 hours. So this will basically go from 24 hours and it'll count down to 0, and it'll shut itself off. So when you're done dehydrating, you will save electricity. The other thing that no other dehydrator that I know of has is this automatic temperature control. So if you dial it down, it'll keep it at 95 degrees. And now this is all microprocessor controlled, so the temperature is going to be right on. You'll never have to worry about the temperature fluctuating. So we could set it as low as 95 degrees or set it all the way up to 158 degrees. Now I like to run my dehydrator at approximately 118 degrees is where I like to keep it. The other unique feature, this is a bottom airflow dehydrator, which means the airflow comes up from the bottom. There's a small fan in here. It's relatively quiet, and the airflow basically goes up through the trays. Now this design, has some advantages. You could stack up to 20 trays tall, so you could have a lot of extra drying space with this dehydrator. Some of the other kind of dehydrators that have, rear airflow, those are set. You can never add trays to that. What you buy is what you get. And so this one you could add trays. If you have over 12 trays with this unit, you'll actually need to rotate the trays, because some of the topmost trays will not get as much heat as the bottommost trays. But if you have up to 12 trays, the manufacturer says you do not have to rotate the trays. So that's a nice feature. The other thing that's really unique that no other dehydrator has is on the back here. So let me pull this around here, and it's a filter. So this is actually called the FilterPro Dehydrator. And if you look, we have an air filter right here on the bottom. And so this air filter filters all the incoming air. So, we don't want things like dust and debris and things getting sucked into the dehydrator and then that put on our food. I mean, most dehydrators don't have a filter, so any airborne particles, dust and things, especially if you live in a dusty area, those particles are getting onto your food, and then it's getting dehydrated with your food, and dust particles or whatever is floating in the air. So this is, an air filter, much like you have in a car. I mean, cars nowadays have an air filter for all the incoming air before it goes into the vehicle. So, now there are filters for your dehydrator. And that just slides right in. And this filter is washable, so you can, gently wash it under soapy water to clean it out and put it back in. and it just snaps right into place there. So let's go ahead and set this up, and we'll stack the trays in there. So this is how easy it is to use. You cut your tomatoes, you stack them into place, and say, you know, you don't fill all the trays full of tomatoes. You could just put, you know, 3 trays on there. Then you can put the top on. So this top will fit wherever you are. So now we have it only set up with 3 trays. This is the next tray that we're almost, you know, finished putting the tomatoes on. You could put that one on, put the top on, you know, and as I said, you could go up to 20 trays on this all the way up. Now, you know, it comes with 6 trays when you buy it, and then additional trays can be purchased separately. So once again, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com and the Lequip FilterPro Dehydrator. 3 main features that no other dehydrator has that I know of. Number 1, the filter. Number 2, the automatic digital timer. And number 3, this is the one I like the most. I mean, just rock that temperature control back and forth to the temperature you want, and microprocessor keeps it right there, is the adjustable thermostat. And be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for some special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. Thank you.